Welcome to a brand new video, guys. Welcome. My name is Ruffle Rowlett. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, then drop a like down below. Of course, we're going to today to be talking about some stuff. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, there were some things that I missed in the recent trailer, and I thought I actually didn't miss them. I kind of saw them, but I didn't cover them really or mention them in another follow-up video. So I thought we'd do a follow-up video today, make this follow-up video, talk about these things, go through them, all that sort of stuff, and just break down what we have in front of us here, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you guys are ready for this. If you are, then drop a like down below, get yourself ready, get yourself seated, because today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do a little video called "Things You Missed in the Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer, August 8th." We're gonna take a look at some of this stuff, some of the theories, the actual evil team and stuff that might be in Pokemon Sword and Shield, which actually makes a lot of sense for an actual different one to be rather than Team Yell, because Team Yell just seems very strange. But we're going to talk about that right now, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get started from the start here. So one of the first things I want to cover is actually this right here, and I actually noticed this myself in the trailer, but here's what I was sent here by a viewer, and I'm just going to check exactly who sent this my way, so I make sure to give the right credit. Actually, I'm not even sure if he wants me to say his name, but I think it was Dylan who sent this my way. Shout out to my boy there, but yeah, Devin, sorry, not Dylan. So Devin sent this my way, and he wanted me to cover it and talk about it. So here's what he said: "Hey Ruffled, hope you're doing well. I haven't seen if you've mentioned this yet, so I wanted to mention this to you." And I actually did notice this. He's going to talk about the actual statue here in the back, but I didn't notice it though. But I only talked about it in my stream. But here we have it, a video for it, and not just this, but other stuff. So in the Japanese trailer, there is this statue in the background of a knight holding a sword and a shield. This most likely will be the character from the Galar's past who defended the region. Which, yeah, seems very likely. However, this design is peculiar. His boots seem to be based on the Greek god Hermes, while his breastplate resembles a Roman breastplate, not typical gladiator style, rather than a medieval European one. Like not typical gladiator, rather than medieval European armor, I guess. That the shield and shoulder pad resemble knights, though, which fair enough. Now, he seems to be more Eastern based than Western based. He probably has something to do with the protection of Galar from other regions, and something to do with the legendaries. Not sure, since we have only seen this statue once ever, and can't even make true theory yet, but thought it would be cool to share with you. Now here's the story that I want to tell you guys. This actually is actually very similar to the Bastian Dragon. So there's this thing called the Bastian Dragon, or I'm not actually sure what the exact name is. Bastian Dragon. I'm gonna try to find the exact thing about it. But this is this dragon, right? And I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's basically a British story. And let me tell you about this. This is British story, and I've talked about this in the past when I talked about the third legendary in Pokemon Sword and Shield after Zacian and Zamazenta, and I've even talked about before that about this. But there was this man, right? There was this warrior in British lore that took on this Bastern dragon. Now this dragon was in this place called Bastern. And this dragon was causing havoc. I'm not sure if it's actually called Bastern, but basically this dragon was causing havoc to the villagers and stuff. So this valiant knight, this warrior, this knight went in and actually slayed this dragon. Now here's the interesting part about this actual warrior. He went in with a sword and a shield, right? Which is what we see right here in this image, a sword and a shield. But also he went in with two dogs, right? Two dogs. And what are Zacian and Zamazenta if not dogs? Sure, they're wolves, but wolves are technically speaking wild dogs, Also, I just heard my window, I think I heard a bee or something. But if they're not that, then what are they, right? So that actually is a very interesting point to be made there, right? So I think they actually might be using a little bit of that, that real life, lore, real life, history, or mythology rather, in actually this game, which actually would be really cool then, because then that dragon, right, would actually be Eternatus, which would, make a lot of sense, but not just Eternatus, it actually then would make, that a lot more clear, and that our job is meant to be the knight. We're meant to be the knight with a sword and a shield to go and to strike down this dragon, right, as prophecy has foretold. So I think it's a little bit of a nice theory, and it makes a lot more sense now as well, and actually seems like my theory back in the day actually seems to be panning out really good. So I don't know, what do you guys think about that? I actually think it's really cool. So that's that part. Now let's jump to the next thing here, which actually is something really cool. So most important info from the news: Nurse Joy will be in an outfit similar to what the Victorian nurses wore. So if you see the new outfit for Nurse Joy, it looks really good, actually, really cool. And yeah, it seems to be based on actually old Victorian era kind of nurses. It's kind of a little bit creepy seeing these old images, but Nurse Joy look good. She can pull it off. She can do it well. She wear those old school clothes pretty smooth, no problems whatsoever. Though a little bit strange seeing those old images. I don't know, I always get a little bit strange. But Either way, though, definitely a interesting little thing that was noticed. Next thing here, though, so somebody actually mentioned here that this kind of looks like a potential Galarian Clink. So basically here says nothing to blah blah blah, and this is one of the Poke Jobs you can do, and Poke Jobs are like a brand new feature where you like send out your Pokemon to do Poke Jobs, and they get experience. I guess it's very similar to most people to like Poke Pelagos, like the closest kind of like comparison that can be made. But you basically send them out to do different jobs, and different Pokemon are good at different things, and basically they get experience points from doing those jobs, and that's kind of what their whole like the whole point of that system is. And a lot of people have noticed that there are a lot of icons in there, like company icons, that look very similar to like, what potentially a kind of like brand new kind of like, Galarian form Pokemon, of those Pokemon could, like, form of those Pokemon could look like. And here they found, Clink. Now, there are other options as well, and other, like, things where we noticed that. And people actually mentioned another thing here, which I actually thought was really, really interesting. So, this is a different thing, right? This isn't to do with the previous thing, but this actually still has to do with something interesting. So here, have any of you noticed that Team Yellow are sponsored by something in the Pokejobs? And that's actually true. So if you see in the arm here, right there, that logo is actually the logo from right here. That actually seems to be the same logo, right? Literally, it actually seems to be the same logo, which is very interesting because that would imply then that they're actually literally sponsored. Like, they're literal hooligans, but like they're not meant to be like an actual evil team though. If we do a comparison, right? Like, an actual evil team, in my opinion, is more akin to like Team Magma, Team Aqua, Team Rocket, right? Team Rainbow Rocket, Team Galactic, Team Plasma. Those are actual evil teams. Team Skull is more like just thugs, and these guys are more like hooligans, right? They're less of an evil organization and more just like an annoyance, more like, like hooligans and just like troublemakers is more what they're like. So them having these sponsors as, like on their shirt doesn't mean that the sponsors are supporting their evil deeds, but rather they're supporting the merchandise, and these guys are just buying the merchandise, as the Team Yell, like, group that are supporting, Marnie. So, business-wise, it makes a lot of sense within the Pokemon universe to do that. So, I don't know. Now, next thing here is actually really cool. So, BD has Beats has another objective besides the league, and the Affleck leak mentioned that BD gets an endorsement from Rose. I think we could go on to something, who knows. And what we see right here is that BD is one of your rivals who's skilled at Pokemon battles and has the pride to match. He has joined the gym challenge, having received his endorsement from Rose, the chairman of the Galar Pokemon League. While he clearly is aiming to become champion, he seems to have other objectives as well, which is very true. And if you see on the back here, he has some weird like shape at the back of his head, and also a clock on his arm. And then right here, if you look at this, like, I guess he was trying to like point out that you have that similar shape that you see on his back here, this like kind of G-looking shape almost, is actually on his like belt here on Chairman Rose's, and he actually has a clock the similar way. I'm not sure what he means about the top here. Maybe I'm missing something that's like on his shoulder. I'm not sure what he's trying to point at. Don't know. But then he also has Oleana here, which also has these kind of like hexagon, right? Like these, like I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, six-sided kind of like, shapes. He's got that on his belt. He's got that on his back, and I guess that might be like their evil team. And actually, somebody gave it like a really cool name for that. They could be called Team Genesis. This was actually suggested by Aster in my Discord. Actually, it would be a really cool name. So yeah, he's clearly got a different objective, right? Which is really mentioned already, and it's probably for Chairman Rose and Oleana doing something very evil, and like they are the evil team, man. Like, they are the true evil team, let's be honest. I think it's pretty undeniable at this point that they are the true evil, and there's even more like stuff to prove that. Like, people haven't noticed even here, like here they still like same symbol, I guess is meant to be like the same symbol is on them too, right there, I guess, is like the one right there, I guess, I don't know. But then here we have, for example, like we have this like other wristband thing that's on, and there you go. You got the like the hexagon shape, which I guess is of his company, maybe, and maybe that's what it's meant to be for, and maybe his company is going to be the brand new evil team. The same way you had the Ether Foundation, right, which was technically speaking a company, which we have the same situation here. They're an evil company that's basically being ran by these guys, which makes a lot of sense. Like it really makes a lot of sense. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what you guys think about this, but I think it's actually quite interesting. So I'd love to know what you guys think about this, like this in general. I think it's a quite interesting little situation, but yeah, I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, fourth question of the day, though, for this video, I want to know, let me see, what do we want to know? What is the, in your opinion, worst Pokemon evolution? Like, right, if the Pokemon before it evolved was really good, and then evolved into something really bad. Which one would that be? Which would be the Pokemon evolution that was worse? Like, that was better as a pre-evolution, but then when it evolved, it got really bad. That's a really hard question, I know, but I want to know your opinions on that. What are your thoughts? Which ones are those? And of course, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to drop a like down below. If we can hit 1,000 likes in this video, that'd be really appreciated. I know this one will not hit it. This one probably will only hit like maybe 500 or something like that. And I know why. You might be like, oh, you're just underestimating yourself. But here's the problem. This is not going to be like, this isn't your normal rumor video. This is more like a theory type video, which means less people are going to talk about it and check it out and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you did enjoy, drop a like down below. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day, and bye bye, ladies and gentlemen.